Hello everybody. So today I just want to do a quick video on changing the starter on this 1991 diesel Chevrolet G30 van, and the problem addresses the alignment of the starter to the flywheel. So the starter, when I installed it, I got a starter from O'Reilly's, and originally when I installed it, I thought I was good to go. I turned the key, and the starter, it just made like a grinding noise, right? It didn't do what it was supposed to. So the problem that I thought I was having was that the starter was bad, that the manufacturer, I got it from O'Reilly's, and I don't know if I owe them an apology or not, but I wrote a letter to O'Reilly saying, hey, your manufacturing department, I don't know if they dropped the ball or what, the starter, it's not engaging the flywheel, it's just making a grinding noise. And I've seen a starter fail before on my Toyota Camry video that I made. The starter just kind of turns, it doesn't go out to meet the flywheel and turn it, start the engine. So I told them, you have a manufacturing problem. Well, I got another starter from them. I go and I install it, and I think, oh, I've got a good one this time, it's gonna start. It did the same thing. Oh no. So now I thought either I got two bad starters or something else is wrong, something's wrong with my van. Well, prior to changing the starter out, the starter that I changed out was actually good. It was starting the van. So I said, how could it be a problem with my van? I started it with this starter before I took it off. I'm basically changing it because I want to, make sure that this next starter, or that it's going to start every time. So when I took the original starter off, I noticed it had one of these. Now, if you've never seen this before, and I hadn't, it's a shim. And a shim, it takes the starter, let's say this is the block, it takes the starter and it makes it further away from the flywheel. It makes it further away from the block so that it aligns with the flywheel the right way, so that the starter Bendix can go out and turn the flywheel. Now, if it's too high up, what you have is, this is the flywheel, and what you'll have is the starter, and it'll hit and it'll go like this, it'll turn, it'll go, right? Well, if we place it further down, it'll come out and it'll engage a flywheel and it'll turn it correctly. So what we had was an alignment problem. And if your starter does the grinding noise when you go to change it, what you should do is what I did. Go to whatever auto parts store you went to. I went to O'Reilly's, and they gave them to me for free because they felt bad about the problem. Like I said, when I went to go get that starter tested, they told me the Bendix wasn't coming out. So it's possible that the first two starters they gave me were bad, but it's also possible that they weren't. It's something we'll never know now. But I placed 4 of these between the starter and the block, and basically that made the alignment of the starter and the flywheel correct, and I was able to start the van. So I got the starter, and the way I did it was I put the bolt up through the starter, and then I placed, see the bolt hole, 4 of these on top, and then I pushed the starter up into place, bolted this in place with the Milwaukee 12 volts. You can use whatever, you can use power tools, you could use a regular ratchet if you want, but I like power tools because it makes it go in. So I just make sure I twist it a little first to make sure I get the bolt started, and then after I got it started, then basically I use the power tool to hold it in place, because you're going to find out that it's a very heavy starter, and if you don't have your own lift, it's really difficult. So I hope this helped you out, and I'm going to attach this video to the next part of how to change a starter on the van so that it'll be easier for you to do this whole thing. Hopefully you don't have that problem. They told me that it's very rare. So thank you for watching the video.